last of the last days, but a lot of things are happening. Many friends that are on the front line are going through really hard times right now. Sickness, demonic attacks, all kinds of things. Russell and I have had our share too. But don't be discouraged. Being discouraged is the worst thing that you can do right now. We know we have a real enemy, but we have to be on the offensive, not the defensive. Offensive means you know the enemy's tactics before they attack you. You're prepared for it. You know, when you go to boot camp as a soldier, they prepare you for war. They prepare you for survival. And it isn't all, gee, I get to wear this uniform so I'll look really good. It's all about survival. And how to live off the land if you had to. And how to be able to cope with what's going to be. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of people that came back from the war with PTSD, I think that's what it's called, post-traumatic stress syndrome. But there's a lot of Christians that are experiencing this too because there's so much going on. I want to tell you the secret weapon. A secret weapon? Yeah, we have one. If you haven't discovered it yet, that secret weapon is praise. When we praise, Satan runs. He can't stand our praising of God. Oh, how I love you, Jesus. I praise you and I worship you. He's going to go. He doesn't like it. That doesn't mean he won't come back and try again. There's going to be many suddenlies this year. And the Lord has shown me there's going to be terrible weather. He already showed me that before all these tornadoes had hit. There's going to be a lot of things. But we have to realize that he that dwells in the secret place of the Most High, that's where our safety, that's where our security is. That's where our strength is. That's where we have to stay. And in spite of all the things that happen, you got to get your praise on. Because I'm telling you what, I think about Job. His friends, who wants friends like that? Don't be that kind of friend to somebody that's going through a hard time. You be the one that lifts up their arms like Aaron and Hur did for Moses. I tell you what, when I read Job and I reread it, I think, man, I'd tell him to leave. That's how I would react. I don't need friends like that. So make sure your praise is on. And you be the one that encourages others. I've seen all over the place people that want to quit, they don't want to live anymore. Well, that's just Satan. If he can take you out, that's one less person he has to deal with. Don't let that be in your thoughts. Let this mind be in you. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the goal. Yeah, there's going to be battles, and you're going to get wounds, and you're going to get hurt. And the Lord just told me there's going to be a lot of betrayals this year. People that you thought you could trust are not going to be trustworthy. Be careful who you let into your inner circle. That's what's going on. And I tell you what, it's better to walk with the Lord alone than with somebody that'll betray you. So be careful. Having a lot of friends is not really the answer. The real answer is the Lord is our friend. And as we meditate on this week, I'm not going to go into when Jesus died. Some think it's Wednesday, some think it's Thursday, some think it's Friday. That isn't important. The important thing is he did die for our sin. But the important part of this week is the resurrection. There isn't any other person that claims to be a leader or a God of some sort that ever rose from the dead. And I want you to remember this. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwells in you, and it will quicken your mortal body. What does that mean? It means it makes it alive. What is it you're going through? What sickness, what disease? What you say is, Lord, your word says the same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwells in me, and it's going to quicken, it's going to make alive these areas in my life that are not working properly. Stand on the promises. You know that old song, Standing on the Promises of Christ my King? That song is an oldie, but it's so relevant in this day that we're in. We have to stand on the promises. And how long? Until they manifest. That's how long. So I want to wish you a very great resurrection weekend. We don't call it Easter in our ministry, and you can if you want, but that came out of a pagan background. Search things out. Learn where all these things came from. Stay close to God, because I'm telling you, there's going to be some rough days ahead. And I thank God that I have the opportunity to come on today, even if for a little bit, just to encourage you, let you know that God hasn't forgotten you. He still has your picture on his refrigerator if he has one in heaven. And remember that Jesus is Lord, and God's got a plan. And I know it's good for you. We love you. This is Helen and Russell saying thanks for being with us today. Stay close to God, draw unto God, and he'll draw nigh to you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.